In true crime news, 3 teens have been indicted in relation to 3 murders. 343. 3 teens, 3 murders, the bodies found all over the community, disposed of in interesting and unique places, and the 3 teens apparently responsible for all 3 murders. How exciting! Let's learn more about this triple murder by a triple-headed team. A Florida grand jury has charged 3 teenagers, one as young as 12, in the connection with 3 murders. Robert Robinson, 17, Ty Bruton, 16, and Christopher Atkins, 12, have been charged on the murders of Lila Silvernail, 16, Michael Hodo, 17, and Camille Quarles, 16. So all 3 juveniles, all 3 murder victims, also juveniles, including the 12-year-old murderer. We're getting started early over here in Florida, apparently. So that's what's happening. Jail records show that Robinson is being held for 3 counts of murder in the first degree, 3 counts of robbery with a firearm, and 1 count of tampering. Bruton is being held for 3 counts of murder in the first degree, and a count each of robbery with firearm, robbery carjacking with a firearm, grand theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, tampering with evidence, and tampering with electronic monitoring devices. So that would strongly imply that he was already on some sort of bond bail and had a monitoring device like on his ankle. So apparently the ankle-related monitoring device was not sufficient to help prevent the murders. Atkins is also being held on 1 count of murder, robbery with a firearm, and tampering. We are getting around over here in this team scene. Authorities say that the victims were found either shot to death or dying across Florida. Silvernail had been shot in the head, discovered unconscious near a dumpster, and then died in a hospital. Hodo was found dead the morning of March 31st on the side of a road, shot in the back of the head. Quarles discovered dead on April 1st in the trunk of Silvernail's vehicle. So that's fun, right? We shot these 3 teens. We shot them on March 30th, March 31st, and April 1st. We disposed of them in a dumpster on the side of the road and in the trunk of the other victim's car. So, well, I mean, we had the car available, might as well use it, I suppose. Quarles had been shot 2 times and murdered while in the trunk of the vehicle. So the police think that they were put into the trunk of the vehicle and then murdered in the trunk of the vehicle. Like some sort of mafioso thing, right? Just shot in the vehicle, perhaps being driven around in the vehicle to some sort of location to be shot at. So, wow. This is going deep here. Responding to rumors, the sheriff said last month that Silvernail was there of their own free will that fateful night, citing interviews and phone evidence. They also said suspects were committing burglaries and robberies, which they referred to as lick. So apparently lick is a code name for burglary and robbery. The sheriff said there was nothing specific to say it was a rivalry, but noted that each of the suspects is associated with a gang. So we're not sure if it's a revenge thing. We're not sure if it's a gang dispute territory thing. We're not sure if it's they got in the way thing. We're not 100% sure on motive at this time, but of course, motive is not required. So, you know, maybe we'll figure it out, maybe not, but all right, either way. The sheriff said that basically in simple terms, there's no honor among thieves. At some point, these 3 individuals turned on the 3 victims and murdered them. 2 of them right there, gesturing to the mugshots on screen. They fled the scene, but led a lot of evidence in their wake. It seems like it. You know, the 3 teens not able to pull off 3 perfect murders. Okay. Southeastern Fast Pitch recently mourned Silvernail as a team player who loved the game of softball, was a great pitcher, and could play any position. She uplifted all of her teammates. She's been taken from us too soon. Yeah, it's going over great here with the 3 teens with the triple murders for the first-degree murders that they've all been indicted for. And I would imagine potentially other charges potentially coming down the pike as well. So at least for the moment, that's what we've got. So we'll see how it progresses, but that's what we've got going on so far. Thus, that brings us to the end of the case of 3 teens pictured here who killed the woman also pictured here. The 3 teens were involved in a murder, potentially as, well, 3 murders, potentially as a conspiracy. They've each been charged with first-degree murder in relation to these various crimes. And seems to be some fairly strong evidence against them. So these 3 teens, for some reason, decided to kill these 3 people on March 30th, March 31st, and April 1st by shooting and other means, including by shooting one of them apparently in the trunk of a car that was used itself. So I would imagine that this is going to end not well for these 3 teens who will probably be in jail for the rest of their life for the first-degree murders. So way to go, guys. Just going fantastically over here in Florida. And that brings us to the end of the case for the moment.